And we had a community leader who talked, and she said that there's no chingya word for homelessness. It just isn't a concept if you have a collectivist culture that's built on respect. It's a new thing, relatively, to have people that don't have basic shelter in Sitka.
So initially, the Sitka Homeless Coalition was started in 2017, and it was a project brought on by GAYLE Young, primarily because she had friendships and was helping the homeless community already.
When I thought I saw someone who might be unsheltered, I would just walk up to them and put out my hand to shake and say, "Hello, my name is GAYLE." And just from that, it started growing. They were just like us, and they needed a spot where they could know that every night they were going to sleep in their same bed.
As long as I've been in Sitka, and I've been here since I was in high school, which was about 30 years ago, really the only thing that had been done for the homeless is, well, lock them up and try and do whatever is possible to make sure that they weren't visible.
We contacted like 54 owners of buildings downtown area, and including almost all the churches, and we asked if we could rent a small spot where people could sleep at night just with sleeping bags. We didn't feel like it was impossible because there weren't 100 or 200 or 1,000 people on the street in Sitka. There were maybe 25, maybe 20. So
the Health Summit asks people for weeks ahead of time to brainstorm what's the right project at the right time. And they had a kind of a vision of a cabin neighborhood on Jarvis Street, and it had 12 cabins, and we get dozens, sometimes hundreds of ideas come in. And then imagine a group of 40 agreeing on two things. So what it says is that there's a bunch of people who are in agreement that this is the right project at the right time.
It makes me feel good that finally somebody is able to get the community to listen.
So at this point, our goal is to build a cabin community built off the Housing First model. Housing First is essentially a housing program that meets the basic needs first.
Statistics say is a good portion of them very well could find their way toward whatever form of sobriety they can deal with.
What I see if Hikisani was built is cabins that have locks and are dry and warm.
When you walk in, you're going to see basic but nicely built to last cabins where people are living and have a sense of community, and you'll see things growing there.
It will add stability that a lot of them haven't had in a long time. And it will be control in their hands of a small bit of their environment.
A lot of people talk about being one paycheck away from being kicked out. I know with the cost of rent going up and food and everything that's so costly now, a lot more people are on the edge of homelessness.
Any of us can become homeless at any moment. Anybody can be put into a situation where one day they're fine, but they lose their job, then they lose their housing, and then they're homeless.
The best insurance policy you can have is to be in a place where neighbors know each other and look out for each other. And that's what this is about. Neighbors who know each other and look out for each other. Of course we're going to let somebody sleep out because they've had a few bad breaks.
I hope that people see that a lot of the people that are unhoused or homeless are not very different from them.
There's like a stigma behind being homeless. And realistically, that doesn't make any sense, because we could all be there one day.
Everybody in a small town would like to say, yeah, we live in a small town where neighbors know about each other and they care about each other. Everybody would like that, and that's why you live in a small town. But few would be able to say, yeah, we know our neighbors and we look out for each other, and that's why we don't have anybody who has to sleep outside.
The hopeful impact is that we'll have everyone housed in Sitka, that we won't have a homeless population anymore. It's humbling to be able to do this kind of work, and it's humbling to be able to be passionate about this kind of work and be able to learn and just be a part of a community that cares.
There's going to be a place up on Dover Street, and some people are going to drive by it and think, oh, that's kind of neat. And other people are going to drive by or walk by or bike by and say, I was a part of that.
I just think it's really cool something's actually getting done.
Take part. Take part, help plan, come to our events and donate if you can. If you can't donate, that's totally fine. But come take part and look at what we're doing and learn. For somebody new in this community, I would just say, go talk to one of them.
If you want to be a part of showing it, yes, this is a town that we know each other, we look out for each other, and you want to be a part of building that, that feeling is something you only get by participating. The thing that's even more important is that the feeling and the security that comes from living in a place that takes care of everybody, that's golden.